Biophotons of the human body. The body emits and is made from light, according to what research has found. Isn't that amazing? Increasingly, science agrees with the poetry of direct human experience. We are more than the atoms and molecules that make up our bodies, but beings of light as well. Biophotons are emitted by the human body. They can be released through mental intention and may modulate fundamental processes within cell-to-cell communication and DNA. And nothing is more amazing than the highly improbable fact that we exist, and we often ignore this fact. We're oblivious to the reality that instead of something, there could be nothing at all. Hence, why is there a universe poignantly aware of itself through us, and not some void completely unconscious of itself? Consider that from light, air, water, basic minerals within the crust of the earth, and the at least 3 billion year old information contained within the nucleus of one diploid zygote cell, the human body is formed, and within that body a soul capable of at least trying to comprehend its bodily and spiritual origins. And given the sheer insanity of our existential condition and bodily incarnation as a whole, and considering that our earthly existence is partially formed from sunlight and requires a continual consumption of condensed sunlight in the form of food, it may not sound so far-fetched that our body emits light. And our human body emits biophotons indeed, also known as ultra-weak photon emissions, or UPE. With a visibility 1,000 times lower than the sensitivity of our naked eye, while not visible to us, these particles of lights or waves, depending on how you are measuring them, are part of the visible electromagnetic spectrum, 380 to 780 nanometers, and are detectable via sophisticated modern instrumentation. The eye itself, which is continually exposed to ambient powerful photons that pass through various ocular tissues, emits spontaneous and visible light-induced ultra-weak photon emissions. It has even been hypothesized that visible light induces delayed bioluminescence within the exposed eye tissue, providing an explanation for the origin of the negative after image. These light emissions have also been correlated with cerebral energy metabolism and oxidative stress within the mammalian brain, and yet biophoton emissions are not necessarily epiphenomenal. Bocon's hypothesis suggests that photons released from chemical processes within the brain produce biophysical pictures during visual imagery, and a recent study found that when subjects actively imagined light in a very dark environment, their intentional products sufficient increase in ultra-weak photo emissions. This is consistent with an emerging view that biophotons are not solely cellular metabolic byproducts, but rather because biophoton intensity can be considerably higher inside cells and outside, it's plausible for the mind to access this energy gradient to create intrinsic biophysical pictures during visual perception and imagery. And this is on Solask. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.